Portmore will become a parish, whether the PMP like it or not. Period. Them cannot stop it. Them can cry about it, talk crap about it, but the main fact is, Portmore is the 15th parish of Jamaica. Listen to what...
So I will just put it to a vote. Members, Member Jackson.
Yes, not to do with that, but the related subject of what is being referred to the ECJ, and in particular the electoral office itself. We have the benefit of the AG in our midst. Very unusual. I'm honored to be sitting in the same chamber with the AG. But there is on the matter that is being referred to the ECJ, there was a comment made or attributed to the AG that I would like to benefit a little clarification regarding the court ruling that we are acting on. That the ruling, the order that was handed down by the Supreme Court, just for my edification, was there a lifting? Was there a lifting of the injunction?
Temporary injunction.
Yes. Was there a lifting of an injunction by the court?
Yes.
But I ask you that because my understanding is that the injunction that was issued prior to had expired upon that hearing.
Yes.
So if it expired, it couldn't have been lifted.
Hold on a minute. AG, would you be so kind, turn your mic on again, please?
Thanks. I'm very quick. What we have here is an undertaking by the minister to ensure that the constitutional process is followed. There's no injunction preventing anything, and it would probably a little bit eccentric, perhaps, for a court to want to give that type of injunction for any longer on man time. But the minister's undertaking to the court is that before he exercises the power given to him by the statute, he will ensure that the constitutional requirements are carried out. It might be useful to say that this function of determining constituencies, or the number of them, and the boundary of them resides in your parliament. It doesn't reside in anybody else. I know we're all very proud of the Electoral Commission, and we attribute to them all sorts of responsibilities. But the Commission's responsibility is just to advise first this committee, and this committee will then recommend to Parliament. So the function, I'm making the point that you're deferring so often to the Electoral Commission, but you defer to it to advise you, and you will accept or reject the advice it gives. The Parliament makes the decision as to what the boundaries are.
I just want to follow up with the AG. I fully appreciate the latter point you made regarding the authority of the ECJ vis-a-vis the Committee of Parliament and the full Parliament. I just want to clarify about this lifting of injunction, that there was no injunction to be lifted because it had expired. And what happened, as you said, is that the court issued an order requiring the unconditional or unequivocal compliance.
No. The language of the thing. It's a consent order. The parties agreed to it.
No, I'm clear now.
The consent order is the minister has a power under the statute to designate the date the statute takes effect. And he has undertaken not to designate a date until he ensures that the constitutional process takes place.
Okay.
Which means that this committee must make its recommendation as to how many constituencies and how many. And will advise the appropriate office, the minister in charge of the elections, and of course, advise.
AG, I missed this committee must make. Could you repeat?
I'm saying this committee has a responsibility to advise on the numbers and on the boundaries of the Constitution. It is its decision. No other body has that. In doing so, it acts on advice. It acts on advice of obviously its members. It acts on advice of the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission function is to advise you. and then you accept or reject it. And this committee, of course, will make a recommendation to its parliament, which may or not accept what you say. Parliament can change the recommendation you make.
Thank you very much, AG. So I will now put it to the vote that we pass the information. I do not take Member Warmington's point that, Member Warmington, please, that we insist on certain considerations. However, I would want us to incorporate in our vote so that timelines are important and set, that they return to us by May 31st, an indication of what they've decided and exactly what they're doing. So as a parliament, we are informed and we move forward from there. So we would ask that the ECJ return to us by May 31st. Let me go over. We will submit a copy of the court ruling. We will submit the copies of the administrative boundary that would have been attached to the act, both the not so clear copy and a clear copy, and the Portmore and Environs document. Members, I'm hearing a lot of talking. I'm moving first to vote. Please, no, I am putting it to a vote.
Thank you.
Member Hilton, I am just reiterating, we are forwarding the ruling of the court. That's what we're forwarding. We're forwarding a copy of what would have been attached to the act and the act from Parliament. We are forwarding a copy that is a little clearer in terms of color of the exact document. And the only thing I've added to what I've been reiterating is taking into consideration the comment of Member Warmington in terms of getting a feel for time, not to insist on his statement, I won't even repeat it, but to ask that time be considered, and it is not languishing forever, that they return to us by the 31st of May with an indication with where they are, what is the final.
With an update.
With an update. On or before the 31st. So we're just setting a timeline to say, look, by the 31st of May, they would have come back to us at the very latest. Members, I'm asking you to now put it to a vote. Members, aye. Member Hilton, aye. Member Jackson, Robinson, Member Davis, Member Warmington, Member Warmington. On or before, so it allows. Members, so on or before May 31st, it can come in a week. I can come May 31st. Members, by unanimous support, we will proceed with passing the required and relevant information onto the ECJ for their consideration and advice. Members, I agree with Member Bartlett, our House Leader in Parliament, that it is indeed an unprecedented time, and it feels wonderful to be a part of the House of Parliament when these types of amendments, changes in our landscape, our legislative landscape, takes place, to be here when we are on the cusp of coming to having a 15 parish named in Jamaica.